You've heard the buzzwords: thoughts become things, high vibes only, quantum creating. Over the last 100 years, millions of books have been written about how to create your own reality. But if you ask 10 different spiritual teachers to define exactly what the law of manifestation actually is, you will get 10 completely different answers. Is it magic? Is it psychology? Is it quantum physics? Welcome to a brand new BodyMaitre series, the Advanced Manifestation Protocol. Before we can hack the matrix, we need to understand the source code. Today, in episode 1, we are laying the ultimate foundation. We are going to look at the law of manifestation through the lenses of the greatest spiritual and mindset teachers in history. Let's look at how the masters define the rules of the game. Let's start with the grandfather of modern manifestation, Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich. If we look at Hill's teachings through the BodyMaitre lens, he was the ultimate master of the mental body. Hill's definition of manifestation is incredibly grounded and practical. He taught that thoughts are things. To Hill, the law of manifestation is a psychological transmutation. He believed that the universe responds to a definite major purpose backed by a burning desire. He didn't teach you to just sit on a couch and imagine a check in the mail. He taught that when you hold a singular obsessive thought in your mental body, it acts as a blueprint. This blueprint literally programs your subconscious mind to notice opportunities, take massive action, and physically build the reality you desire. The insight. Manifestation is the process of taking an invisible thought and, through relentless focus and action, densifying it into physical reality. Next, we shift from the mental body to the emotional body with the channeled teachings of Abraham-Hicks. Abraham completely shifts the definition. They teach that the law of manifestation is entirely based on vibration and alignment. According to Abraham, everything you have ever asked for already exists energetically in what they call the vortex. You don't have to create your desire, it's already created the moment you ask. The law of manifestation, therefore, is simply the art of getting out of your own way. If you want money, but you feel anxious about debt, your frequency is a mismatch. You cannot receive the manifestation. The insight. To Abraham, manifestation is not about hard work or action. It is about emotional tuning. It is the practice of finding the feeling of joy right now, which turns you into a magnetic receiver for the things waiting in your vortex. Now let's bring in the science. Dr. JoeDispenza defines the law of manifestation through the lens of neuroscience and quantum physics. Dispenza teaches that the quantum field responds not to what we want, but to who we are. In the BodyMaitre system, we talk about 4 bodies alignment. Dispenza calls this coherence. He teaches that your thoughts, mental body, send the electrical signal out into the quantum field, and your feelings, emotional body, act as the magnetic pull that draws the event back to you. Thoughts in the brain are electric. Feelings in the heart are magnetic. Together, they form an electromagnetic signature that the field responds to when intention and emotion are coherent. When you live by the memories of your past trauma, your body gets chemically addicted to the same hormones, keeping you trapped in the same timeline. The insight? To Dispenza, manifestation is the biological process of becoming a new person. You must elevate your emotion before the event happens, literally rewiring your brain and conditioning your body to exist in a new future reality. Next, for this first half of our roundtable, we look at the legendary Bob Proctor. Proctor was obsessed with the concept of paradigms. He defined manifestation as a strict behavioral and energetic law dictated entirely by your subconscious programming. He defines a paradigm as a deep bundle of beliefs, habits, and self-image stored in the subconscious, mostly formed in childhood. This paradigm controls your vibration, how you consistently think, feel, and act, and therefore controls what you attract regardless of your surface wishes. You can change your thinking, but that doesn't do anything. You've got to change the paradigm or nothing happens. You can use your conscious mind to say, I want to be a millionaire all day long. But if your subconscious paradigm, the massive underwater part of the iceberg, holds a program that says, rich people are greedy, your vibration will always default to the paradigm. The insight. Proctor teaches that the law of manifestation is an exact mirror of your subconscious paradigm. If you want to change your results in the 3D world, you have to completely rewrite the hidden software running in the background. Let's shift our focus to the physical body and the emotional body by looking at the incredible Louise Hay. Louise Hay defined the law of manifestation through the lens of profound self-love and somatic healing. She taught that every single physical illness or 3D block in your life is simply a manifestation of an unhealed emotional pattern or a toxic thought form. If you constantly harbor resentment, your body manifests dis-ease. If you don't believe you are worthy of love, your reality will literally manifest situations that reject you. She ties manifestation very strongly to healing and self-love. Illness and hardship come from dis-ease, like unloving, fear-based thought patterns. Changing those patterns allows the body and life to heal. Whatever you consistently think, believe, and affirm, especially about yourself, becomes the pattern that your body, relationships, and life experience manifest. Change the inner pattern with loving, repeated thought and feeling, and the outer must follow. The insight. To Louise, manifestation isn't about acquiring cars or money, it is about healing. The law of manifestation states that your outer world, including the health of your physical avatar, is a direct, unavoidable mirror of how much you truly love and accept yourself. Now, we elevate to the spiritual body with Dr. Wayne Dyer. Dyer shifted the manifestation conversation away from the ego and directly into spirit. One of his most famous quotes perfectly defines his view. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. Dyer taught that the law of manifestation is actually the power of intention. What you are, equal to your embodied consciousness, your dominant vibration, attitudes, and the qualities you live, love, kindness, generosity, trust, not your verbal wishes. He didn't define intention as something you do. He defined it as an energy field that you surrender to. When you are operating from your ego, your avatar, you are forcing, grinding, and struggling. But when you align with your source, your divine player, you tap into a frequency of pure abundance. His manifestation formula in one line. Get what you intend to create by being in harmony with the power of intention, that universal creative mind, and by becoming, in your inner state, the same kind of energy as what you wish to receive. The insight. Dyer teaches that manifestation is an act of spiritual surrender. It is recognizing that you are already connected to everything you could ever need, and your only job is to remove the rusty ego filters that block that natural flow. Finally, we get to the most advanced gaming engine perspective of them all, the channeled entity Bashar. Bashar takes the law of manifestation out of the realm of philosophy and treats it like pure, absolute physics. To Bashar, creation is already completely finished. Every possible parallel reality, every possible outcome of your life already exists right now, simultaneously. Therefore, you aren't actually creating anything. The law of manifestation is simply a tuning mechanism. Bashar's famous formula is this: follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability, with absolutely zero insistence on the outcome. Why zero insistence? Because your mental body, the avatar, has no idea how the game engine can best deliver your joy. When you detach from the how, you allow the higher mind to navigate you through the optimal timeline. The universe is a vibrational mirror. It doesn't give you what you want, it reflects who you are being, your frequency. Every belief, thought, and emotion has a specific frequency. Your overall state is the station you're tuned to, and you only experience realities that match that station. This is his law of manifestation in practice. Excitement equal to your higher self's navigation signal. Following it continuously aligns you with the parallel realities where your best life already exists. The insight. Bashar teaches that the law of manifestation is a navigational tool. Your state of being determines which pre-existing parallel reality your consciousness shifts into next. So, who is right? Is manifestation about mental obsession like Napoleon Hill says? Emotional alignment like Abraham says? Brain coherence like Dispenza says? Or parallel realities like Bashar says? The truth is, they are all correct. They are simply describing different layers of your four bodies. When you want to change your reality, you need your mental body to hold the blueprint. You need your emotional body to be tuned to joy and abundance. You need your physical body and brain to be chemically coherent. And you need your spiritual body to be surrendered to the flow of the universe. But here is the catch. If even one of those four bodies is out of alignment, if you have a hidden subconscious paradigm blocking you, the manifestation fails. This is exactly why we use the BodyMaitre system. It is the four bodies energetic diagnostic tool to unite all of these master teachings. When your manifestation isn't working, you don't have to guess why. You pull out the chart set, pendulum, and command deck. You find out exactly which body is holding the glitch, you discharge the old code, and you optimize the new frequency. In this series, we are going to dive deep into exactly how to do that. In our next episode, we are going to clear up the biggest misconception in the spiritual community. We are going to look at the exact difference between the law of attraction and the law of manifestation, and why trying to attract things might actually be pushing them away. I'm Darreck. Get your tools ready and let's master the code. See you in the next episode.